Hey everyone, it's Amanda, Pineal Painting, Sarasota, Florida. Today I am doing a quick video regarding thermofoil removal and the glue residue that is left behind. So I am going to start off by taking the thermofoil off of this door. So the thermofoil has been removed. As you can see, discoloration. So there's a glue residue left behind. Oh, how good you can see it. It's like a thin, very thin layer of glue on here. If you feel it with your hands, you can feel it's kind of sticky. Okay? Now, one of the things you don't want to do is you don't want to hit, see, you can see it on my gloves right here. So you have a thin glue residue layer, all right? You don't want to bang anything into this real hard. This is pretty soft. Any little thing that hits this or scratches this is gonna scuff it. And when you do your finishing, you'll see it. So you want to be very careful when handling the doors. Now, this is the front of the door, and the thermofoil comes off. It comes off the sides, but it doesn't come off the back. So we leave this backing on, and we just take off the, you've got to take these old bumpers off here. They stop the doors from banging into the boxes. Makes it a little quieter. So what I'm going to do is, guys, don't freak out about the glue. The glue, it's on there. The one thing that I have not done is I have not gone to town with it with any paint thinner. I would definitely not recommend using any chemical, any heavy-duty chemical on this. Now, as you can see, if you start sanding this, this is what you're gonna get. I did it lightly with a very fine sanding sponge on my, my circular sander, just to show you that, yeah, it's gonna come up on you. So what I do is I don't sand it. I go ahead, and this is gonna be your best friend right now, denature alcohol. You wanna go ahead and get a good soaking on a rag. Try not to spill it on the door. Either way, it's fine. You want to soak the door down really good. Wipe it down really well. You want to soak the whole thing down. You can pretty much see that it does start to change colors. You want to go ahead and wipe the whole thing down all the way around the edges. Get in those little grooves real good. Now these are these are the best that I've seen. These are the best I've ever seen. These are really smooth. A lot of times you get a lot of pitting that happens in this area, and you get some pitting on the actual surface, which actually when you prime it, the primer tends to fill that in. So give it a really good soak and wipe down with this denature, And if you can see right here on the rag, it comes off. And the denatured alcohol is going to take the sheen off of it, but it's also going to take a lot of that glue off. And that's what you want. I just wipe it down really, really good with the denature. Let it dry. Now I wipe the back sides too, and work on the backs. But for now, we're going to concentrate on the front. So once you've wiped this down, I mean, just liberal amount. You get it real. You want to get it really, really good. And then what I do is I walk away for a few minutes, you know. I walk away, I let it sit, because if you touch it right away, you're still going to feel that gumminess. Let the denature dry, let it do its job, let it penetrate. And when you come back to this door and you handle it again, you're going to see that it feels nice and smooth. It feels really good. Now, another thing that I do is I do take like just a fine sandpaper. I mean, really don't have to go too fine on it before you do because you're going to spray primer anyway. But I take, you know, a semi-fine sandpaper when it's all dry. And then you actually can sand it. So I give it like a light sanding. But see, if you start sanding too much, I don't know if you can really see it here. It will start to gum up on you a little bit. This is okay. I do this anyway. This is going to detach anything that needs to be detached after the denature. And then what I do is I'll hit it one more time really good with the denature. And get all that, smooth all that down again. And get all that off. It's going to come off. Now if you do this and you let it sit and you come back to it, you're going to find that it feels good. It doesn't feel gummy anymore. And it's minimal sanding, guys, and you'll be able to spray your primer coat on there. Once you're, of course, don't forget to prep the back as well. But once you spray your primer coat on this, then that's when I use like a finer sandpaper and really sand it down good. You can smooth it over. Always use your hands, obviously not with gloves on, but use your fingers. I always use my fingers to touch. I don't look at it to see, oh, is it sanded well? No, I feel it with my hands, and if it feels smooth, then I'll vacuum them and I'll spray the finish. So hopefully this helps a little bit regarding the thermofoil removal and the glue residue that gets left behind. Now these are so good. These are coming out so well that I really can't show you a good example of how bad the glue residue can be. But as you can see here, I have a drawer face where the installers decided to use permanent marker and write on the front of the drawer face. So this is just another reason why I always use primer. So I still got a bunch of these doors and drawer faces to prep, and you can see the glue residue here. So once you wipe it all down really, really liberal with the denatured alcohol, that's all you really need, guys. Don't go to town, don't go crazy, don't use any heavy chemicals, and you'll be just fine. Use some primer, sand, and always dust, vacuum. All right, guys. See you next time.